Hi everyone, my name is Rafael Emilio. I hope that you are doing okay. I'm making this video for the class of UNAPEC by English 5 level. And I will talk about why is English important in computer science. I will start and mention that I'm making this video because it couldn't be possible making this presentation in class. Because we are passing about a terrified pandemia and it's very sad because they are killing so many people, and God and proud that God save us from this. And let's start. It, I will start making this presentation, PowerPoint presentation about what I will talk about, and making some examples that we are going to understand clear why English is important in computer science. I will read this, and I will explain why this is important. English is seen as having this role due to the promises of the United States and the United Kingdom, both English-speaking countries in development and populations of computer science or systems, let's say in this way, computer networks of software and information technology. It means that English is based on third part of the computer science, I think. First of all, is English is as a developer main area, which means that everyone that wants to be a developer of software in the developer has to know English by default. This is no optional. You have to know English, and you have to make focus that you know English to be. You have to know English to be a developer. The second thing is software and information technology. Information technology is based on the computers only understand binary language, which is 0 and 1 or plus and negative. Let's say that if people don't know how to understand computers and the computers don't understand people, it's like we are not making a connection. So what is this based on is that if you want to be in this career, you have to know at least 50% of the English because you don't have to be a native, like you don't have to be born in another country or another continent to know English. You can learn this language. Also, when you're starting this career, it's necessary to know that if you don't know how to understand the material, the majority of the material is in English because the computers are based on English language. Obviously, the fact that users no say like no because the computers know all the languages. It's different because the operation system is based on the language of the users. The developers areas and science and for information technology are based only in English. So the thing that the user seems or watch and us sees is different. I mean, it's different because the thing that we work with is different. I mean, it's not completely similar like the users. For example, user seems our computer and they're gonna cry because there's a lot of comments and a lot of things that maybe they are not going to understand because it's not like, hi computer, I want you to open me facebook.com. It's not like that. You have to make at least 10 lines to explain to the computer I want you to make do that or this because the computer make it fast that the first step they translate from English to binary language, and then they translate it to the user language. That's the steps that they have to make to try to the user understand what the computer does. If I explain you this, we are not going to end. Let's continue with the second part. This is a very good fact because I was making an investigation about this, and so many people think that English is only for teachers. So I made this question for you: is only English for teachers? No, because when you want to make a connection with your clients, with your customers, you cannot speak your language. You have to speak their language. For example, it's different to me to understand to make understand my clients what I do. For example, not because I made the database and that database do da 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 da. No, they I have to try to explain at least something clear to them. So if I know English, I can understand then what they really want from my product, and I will explain them what my product does. It's like this connection because all the people think no because I know how to the computer work or I know how the computer end or anything. It's not only know what the computer does or this. No, no, no. You have to know English because it's not only for the computers. It's also for your client, your customers. If they don't understand what you really want to explain, they are not going to understand what they want to buy. And there are so many people and there are so many translators that is too high to pay them. You lost your money only for know that for at least try to learn this language. So it's not only for teacher guys, it's for everyone that wants to study this career. For example, the computer works with so many commands, but the most common in my career are the networking area. So if you really want to understand the commands and how they really work, you have to know how they communicate each other. For example, FTP is the file transfer protocol, which is like how they send messages behind the computer. So if you don't understand this, this is a very new language for people that are starting this career. And if you don't know, you're not going to understand the rest because they send a message with an email and that email is looking behind the people in the database and this is a very good process. So it's between the server and the client email. So if you don't understand this, I mean in English, you're not gonna go to understand either in Spanish or in language. This is the protocol that transfer the emails behind the server and behind the user email. So it's like it's hard to me to understand this if I don't know English. Of course, yes, it's going to be very very hard because it's not only their computer. I want to I don't know send a message to Rodriguez and that's the what the user see. I mean, what the user does every day. Hi, my name is Fulano, and I want you to send a message to Rodriguez. No, to make this possible, you have to know the M is I think that is this SMTP, which users are transfer protocols that are very secure. Well, this is very common. Everyone that search something in Google or search something in Safari and something related have to know the hypertext transfer protocol, which is like the application protocol for this distribute the protocol of each one. There's also HTTPS. That's the version that is more security and users are implementing in each one. So if to understand that it's like 4,000 lines and it's not like their computer. No, it's like tables and I don't know remember the word but yeah, that's the way that the people communicate with this computer and how do you load your information into the cloud. In conclusion, apart all the things that I mentioned, why you don't think that English is important in my career? I really think that it's important because only I want to make an example because when I want to try to communicate with clients or with customers on my job, it's very simple to me to understand them and they understand me because I know their language. Imagine I have to look in everyone like, hey, can you help me with this? I'm losing time, and the clients are losing their times, and they're getting boring. So it's important to me to know English. So in conclusion, if you really want to study this career, I suggest you to make your own effort and try at least to understand and comprehend what you really does, or what you really wants to be in the future. So this is all. I hope you are doing okay and try to stay home. That's very important. Goodbye.